Hello again, as usual, it is me, Indah Melindasari from ONEderland Consulting. I have over 10 years of experience as a migration agent and was once a migrant myself, which gives me a unique insight into the migrating process. Please like this video and click subscribe to get all the best Australian immigration content and updates. Before we start, I would like to let you all know that we have a new free visa recommendation tool on our website. If you want to know what working visa, visitor visa or family visa subclass is best for you, find out your visa options using our free recommendation tool. Also, I would like to give a mention to our sister company, Education One Australia, for all your Australian study needs. You may find links to them and links to our visa recommendation tool in the description. Now let's get started with the latest immigration news and visa updates for November 2022. Latest news: 191 visa commenced. No further stay condition waiver for family members. Priority visa processing update. Skillselect invitation round 2022. What did we learn? Health requirements exemptions for onshore temporary applicants. Visa backlog significantly decreased. Unlimited student working hours to be continued until June next year. Today we are starting with the news of a new visa subclass. The subclass 191 visa has commenced of early November, which was from the 11th November 2022. This visa will act as a permanent resident pathway for certain temporary regional work visa. Along with this, it was announced that family members applying as dependents onshore can now have their no further stay condition waived to apply for this visa. The new subclass 191 visa was created to replace the 187 visa and acts as the permanent residence pathway for the regional subclass 494 and 491 visa. If you have been on either of these visas working in a regional Australia for 3 years, then you may be eligible for permanent resident through the subclass 191 visa pathway. The pathway does not require you to have an employer sponsoring you, like the 494 or a state or territory nomination like the 491. There are several provisions that have been made along with this visa, such as if your family is onshore and you wish to include them in your application, then if they have previously held a visa that had a no further stay condition attached, then the condition can be waived. This means that your family will not have to split up, as they can apply onshore and not have to leave the country to apply for a new visa. In some of the biggest news this month, the Priority Migration Skilled Occupation List, or PMSOL, has changed, and it has been announced that it will be replaced with a new system of prioritizing visa. The PMSOL had been put into place during the pandemic to make sure that those with skills that were needed most during the pandemic will be given priority. The new priority processing order reflects the issues that Australia is facing now, such as labour shortages and economic recovery after the pandemic. The new priority order is as follows: applications for visas related to occupation in teaching or healthcare. Application for visas sponsored by employers must include nominations for the applicant from sponsors who have been approved and or have accredited status. Applications for visas related to a job to be performed in a regional area. Visa applications that count towards the migration program are for the permanent and provisional visa subclasses, except for the subclass 188, the Business Innovation and Investment Provisional Visa, and number 5, all other visa requests. This new priority order will apply to the following visa subclasses. Sticking on the topic of skilled migration news in October, the Department of Home Affairs released the result from the latest Skillselect invitation round 2020, and there were some interesting facts compared to the previous year's result that we could see. In the total, there were 12,500 232 invitations issued. 11,714 invitations were issued for the skilled independent, the subclass 189, while the other 818 invitations were issued for the skilled work regional, the subclass 491 family sponsored visa. This is a significant increase in the number of invitations compared with the previous years. This has actually been expected after the travel restrictions were dropped and the government prioritized getting skilled workers into Australia. Another interesting fact was that the minimum scores that were able to get invited was 65 points, where the year before, the invited ones were those with 80 points for 189 and 90 points for the 491 visa. This is a positive sign for potential skilled migrants, as the system had been overly complicated and restrictive, and with a fair number of points given for Australian study made it quite difficult for offshore talents. On to our next update. There have been exemptions made for certain health requirements for onshore applicants that will no longer be needed. In most cases, applicants have to undergo a health examination and chest X-ray as part of the health requirements of the visa. This will no longer be needed for most onshore temporary visa applicants, which will not only save costs but streamline the process as well. Applicants must still complete the medical examination and take chest X-ray if they have applied for a medical treatment, are applying for a temporary protection of a professional visa, are pregnant and intending to have the baby in Australia, or are over the age of 75 if applying for a visitor visa, and other applicable reasons. In some positive news regarding the Australian immigration program, the visa backlog has been seen to have a significant decrease since the Albanese government has implemented measures to tackle the issue. Australia's visa backlog, which was once at almost 1 million applications, is now down to 755,000. Immigration Minister Andrew Gales told the Committee for Economic Development of Australia Migration Conference in Sydney that more than 3 million visas had been finalised since the 1st of June. Mr. Gales said the government was on track for a backlog of around 600,000 by the end of the year.
More staff are being onboarded. Now, I'm going to be clear, we can't clear this backlog overnight, but we are seeing results. We have seen 3.4 million visas processed, Mr. Speaker, 3.4 million visas finalised since the 1st of June. And we are on track to hit our target of 600,000 applications on hand by the end of the year.
Our final story of the day concerns student visa working hours. During the pandemic, the government implemented various measures to help both ease the labour shortages that came about due to the travel restriction and also international students that were suffering financially. The main change being the removal of working hours restrictions, which previously had been limited to 40 hours every 2 weeks. The measure for unrestricted work rights and allowing full-time work before their course of study completion will end on 30th of June 2023, meaning those on students' visa will still have access to unlimited work hours as long as they continue to comply with the other conditions of their student visa. Well, that's the run-up of all the changes and updates for November this year. If you have any questions about how these changes may affect you or benefit you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, leave a comment or questions, and we will get back to you ASAP. You can find our contact details in the description and in the comments, so feel free to send an email or call with inquiry, and our advisors will be there for all your visa needs. On behalf of the ONEderland Consulting team, we would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. As always, thank you for watching.